Love and light, healing. Love and light, healing. Love and light, healing. Love and light. Hey everybody, how's it going? Back to read a little bit more. I just can't seem to get enough. Love and light, love and light. Love and light, love and light. Lots of healing. Love and light. Alright, picking back up, page 274, Canto 10, Book 2 of SAVITRI by Sri AUROBINdo. Title of Canto 10 is The Kingdom of the Godheads of the Greater Mind. This was the play of the bright gods of thought. Oh, by the way, I was listening to one of the videos of the tub, and I know I get so excited because this is like true life. Best love poem, story, best ever, anything ever written. I mean, none compares to this for me personally. That being said, I know I get quite excited and maybe forget to take a breath when I'm reading. So I'm going to be a little more conscious, pronunciating each word, taking my time, enjoying the journey. You know what I mean? Love always wins. This was the play of the bright gods of thought, attracting into time the timeless light, imprisoning eternity in the hours. This they have planned to snare the feet of truth in the arrate net of concept and of phrase, and keep her captive for the thinker's joy. In his little world built of immoral dreams, there must she dwell mirrored in the human mind, an empress prisoner in her subject's house, adored and pure and still on his heart's throne. I feel like I read this, but whatever, it's starting to rain. We're gonna relax and read again if I haven't. Excuse me, Rocosito. Scoochie. Scooch, puppy dog. That's my buddy. Oh, come here. Okay, this is a good puppy dog. This is sweetie. In his little world built of immortal dreams, there must she dwell mirrored in the human mind, an empress prisoner in her subject's house, adored and pure, and still on his heart's throne. His splendid property cherished and apart, in the wall of silence of his secret muse. Immaculate in white virginity, the same forever and forever one. His worship's changeless goddess through all time, or else a faithful consort of his mind, assenting to his nature and his will. Come to Butthead. She sanctions inspires his words and acts, prolonging their resonance through the listening years. Companion and recorder of his march, crossing the brilliant tract of thought and life, carved out of the eternity of time, a witness to his high triumphant star, her godhead servitor to a crowded idea. He shall dominate by her a prostrate world, a warrant for his deeds and his beliefs. She attests his right divine to lead and rule, as a lover clasps his one beloved. Godhead of his life's worship and desire, icon of his heart's soul idolatry. She now is his and must live for him alone. That's yet to be seen, but I believe it'll happen. We're all living for one another. Or as a lover clasps his one beloved, Godhead of his life's worship and desire, icon of his heart's soul idolatry, she now is his and must live for him alone. She has invaded him with her sudden bliss, an exhaustless marvel in his happy grasp, an allurement, a caught ravishing miracle. Her now he claims after long, rapt pursuit, the one joy of his body and his soul. Inescapable is her divine appeal. You got me. Her immense possession, an undying thrill. An intoxication and an ecstasy. That's my little possum. Nutria, I love you. You're a sweet little Nutria, Mr. Rocco. I heard you barking on my homegirl's video earlier. You bark, you beat up the block, well, homie. I love you, though. Inescapable in her divine appeal, her immense possession, an undying thrill, an intoxication and an ecstasy, the passion of her self-revealing moods, a heavenly glory and variety, makes ever her new body to his eyes, or else repeats the first enchantment's touch, the luminous rapture of her mystic breast and beautiful vibrant limbs, a living field. Of throbbing new discovery without end. A new beginning flowers in word and laugh. A new charm brings back the old extreme delight. He is lost in her. She is as heaven here. Truth smiled upon the gracious golden game. Out of her hushed, eternal spaces leaned. The great and boundless goddess feigned to yield. The sunlit sweetness of her secrecies, incarnating her beauty in his clasp, she gave for a brief kiss her immortal lips, and drew her bosom one glorified mortal head. She made earth her home, for whom heaven was too small. In a human breast her occult presence lived. He carved from his own self his figure of her. She shaped her body to a mind's embrace. Into thought's narrow limits she has come, her greatness she has suffered to be pressed. Into a little cabin of the idea, the closed room of a lonely thinker's grasp, she has lowered her heights to a stature of our souls and dazzled our lids with her celestial gaze. And each is satisfied with his high gain and thinks himself beyond mortality blessed. A king of truth upon his separate throne, To her, processor in the field of time, a single splendor caught from her glory seems the one true light. Her beauty's glowing whole. But thought nor word can seize eternal truth. The whole world lives in a lonely ray of her sun, and our thinkings close a narrow lamplit house, the vanity of our shut mortal mind, dreams that the chains of our thought have made her ours. Dreams come reality, if you know how to do it. If you dream it with your heart and mind is one. Dreams that the chains of thought have made her ours, but only we play with our own brilliant bonds, tying her down. Is it ourselves we tie? Tying her down, it is ourselves we tie. In our hypnosis, by one luminous point, we see not what small figure of her we would. We feel not her inspiring boundlessness. Excuse me. We share not her immortal liberty. Thus, it is even with the seer and the sage, for still the human limits the divine. Out of our thoughts we must leap up to sight. Breathe her divine, illimitable air. Her simple, vast supremacy confess. Dare to surrender to her absolute. Then the unmanifest reflects his form in the still mind as a living glass. This timeless ray descends into our hearts, and we are wrapped into eternity. For truth is wider, greater than her forms. 1,000 icons they have made of her, and find in her the idols they adore. But she remains herself and infinite. Period. End of Canto 11. The kingdom of the godheads of the greater mind couldn't get her, it seems like. She couldn't be trapped up in the lower mind. They had their ideas and thoughts of her, what they would do with her, how they would copy her and mimic her and make law of her divine being, bastardize her and pimp her with the pen, with curses, cursive writings, and all kinds of nonsense. Even in the higher mind, they couldn't really contain her or understand her. They could only see her at a limited view, it seems like. Like when all them player haters, they see you and want to be you, but they can't G you. I don't know. But you know. What I mean. We know what we mean. So anyways, next is Canto 12, The Heavens of the Ideal. Sending you all lots of healing, love and light. I am surrounding you, your loved ones, your physical, your mental, your ethereal, your divine bodies. They already do this for you, but I'm reminding you. I'm surrounding you in healing emerald green and golden plasma diamond light, straight from Source and Mother Gaia, and that violet flame from my heart. It's a triune, from me to you, all one. Victory to the divine light. Love always wins. You didn't hear it here first, but you heard it here now. I love you all. Talk to you later. Mi corazón te